former Education Secretary Betsy Devos, and author of the book Hostages No More, The Fight for Education Freedom and the Future of the American Child, about which more in a moment, Ms. Devos. But I'd first like to ask you about the supposed anxiousness of the Biden administration to get this into the hands of the Supreme Court. I don't really believe they think that it would pass the Supreme Court. Do you?
Well, it's really hard to imagine. I mean, it was clearly a massive overreach on the administration, on the president's part, to take Congress's job of spending and basically wave a magic wand and say, we're going to forgive all this debt. This was not under his purview. He has exceeded his bounds, and the challenge has been to find the plaintiffs with the right standing to get into the court system, and it will be very interesting. You know, they just paused the repayment on student loan debt now another 6 months, purportedly to solve this issue of loan forgiveness. Right. But all it is a continued political a political payoff to try to attract young people's votes.
Well, and apparently it worked a bit, at least on the college campuses in the last election a couple of weeks ago. But, you know, he still claims that it's all justified by the HEROES Act that was passed after 9/11 for specific individuals in the case of an emergency who are having trouble paying off their debt. Now, the responsibility for enacting the HEROES Act is that of the Secretary of Education, which, of course, you were. As a former Secretary of Education, did you ever see anything like that coming up in your particular experience there?
Well, at the beginning of the pandemic, we implemented a 2-month delay in student loan payments. That was expected to be renewed, or not renewed, but to go back to payment once we had an idea of what the emergency really was. And this is very much a massive overreach and a misapplication of a law that certainly is for emergencies. You can't say the pandemic is over on the one hand and then claim the HEROES Act has application here. Yeah.
All right. Let me turn, if I can, to what's happening with the state of our education in America below the college level, K through 12 specifically. We spent $200 billion on K through 12 as part of the various COVID reliefs. The biggest chunk of that came, of course, with the American Rescue Act under President Biden. Where did that money go? It certainly hasn't affected in a positive way our test scores.
Well, most of that money hasn't yet been spent. But here you have all of the status quo defenders saying we need more money for the system. Yet today, Secretary Cardona acknowledged that there's never been more money in education. The fact is that money never has been and is not, and it will not be the reason for the failure of a system that is failing all too many kids, millions of kids across the country, dismally so during the years of the pandemic. We're seeing it in all of the outcomes in test scores today and in mental health issues, and across the board, kids have suffered. And the system continues to demand more money, to demand less and less accountability. And finally, parents are standing up and saying, enough, we're not going to stand for this anymore. And it's very encouraging on the side of the policies I've long been advocating for.
Well, if we're ever going to be able to beat the Chinese or any one of our competitors who are trying to beat it, we're going to have to change our strategy, because we're not educating kids for what's going to help them survive in a very competitive world. In fact, Mike Pompeo, the former Secretary of State, who you worked with during the Trump administration, just recently came out with a comment. I want to put it up and get your reaction. I get asked, he said, who's the most dangerous person in the world? Is it Chairman Kim? Is it Xi Jinping? The most dangerous person in the world is Randy Weingarten. It's not even a close call. If you ask, who's the most likely to take this republic down, it would be the teachers' unions and the filth that they're teaching our kids. Now, you know, he never pulls his punches. You may be more diplomatic, but what do you think about what he said?
Well, the reality is the teachers' unions have been at the head of a system. They, and together with their allies, have kept kids hostage, have held them hostage to a cause that is not preparing most kids for a meaningful future. When 70% of kids today at grade levels 4 and 8 cannot read proficiently, That's a big problem. And we have got to face up to the fact that this system has been long failing kids. It's been exposed even more so in the last couple of years. And it's time for a significant shift in pivot in policy to support kids directly, send the money to the kids, to the families, to get the education where they want it.
Well, you're talking about school choice. And finally, to just end on a positive note, we've been dealing with a lot of negatives. Jason Riley from the Wall Street Journal wrote a great piece last week suggesting that finally school choice has really made some big gains as a result of the pandemic, as a result of homeschooling, people switching from public schools to parochial schools that were still open, or charter schools, et cetera. So could we be on the verge of something very positive here?
We absolutely are, and we're seeing it in states across the country. Arizona being the first state to implement a universal education freedom school choice plan, but more to follow. As Governor Ducey there has noted, it took years for the first runner to break the 4-minute mile, and then many followed soon thereafter. I believe we're on the verge of that with school choice education freedom policies that are going to support families and kids, and that is absolutely what we need.
Yeah, I love that analogy of the 4-minute mile. That's a good analogy. Betsy Devos, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.